Welcome to FY Idaho. I'm speaking with Chad Inman, who is a candidate for the House of Representatives. Tell us what district and what seat.
It is District 17, Seat B.
Okay. All right. One of the questions that I always ask candidates is, it's very popular right now to be pro-Constitution, given the public distrust for many elected officials who take an oath of office and then ignore the Constitution. That's understandable. So, if you were to be having to entertain a piece of legislation that you felt was unconstitutional, how would you approach that?
I would approach that by not passing it,
Okay.
not listening to the people presenting it in the form of, lobbying to get the law or legislation passed. If it's unconstitutional, it's unconstitutional. We have two constitutions in this, as a citizen in the state of Idaho to adhere to, and that's the federal Constitution, or the United States Constitution, and the state of Idaho Constitution. And in an organization that I happen to be involved with, I give out hundreds of United States constitutions on a regular basis. And for me to not uphold the Constitution, the information that I'm actually giving out, would be very hypocritical of me.
Okay.
And so I want to make sure that first of all, I read and understand to the best of my ability both constitutions. And
what a concept. An official that would read the Constitution.
Yes.
Okay, tell us what sets you apart from your competition, from your opponent.
One significant thing is I am born and raised in Idaho. I'm a typical Idahoan, very independent. I am pro-business. I work with businesses on a daily basis in my profession, and I listen to the businesses. That's my job, is to listen to the businesses' concerns, and I hear what they say, and I give them solutions to some aspects of their business. I believe that the constitutions, both that we're to follow as a legislature, are like screens in a gravel pit that you need to screen out all of the bad legislation, kick it out, and the stuff that comes out at the bottom is good for the citizens of Idaho with no unintended consequences.
Okay, so as a legislator, your top priority would be what?
Right now, it would be the economy and education in the state. Jobs and providing our children with the highest quality education at the least cost to the taxpayers.
And do you have any projects or things that you would want to introduce?
Well, as far as the education goes, I believe that the primary function of the state as far as education is to provide the highest quality at the lowest cost, but it comes down to cost and quality. And we've had some issues lately with the local school boards going out to the taxpayers in that specific area and asking the taxpayers to increase their tax base, or the amount they pay on their property tax, when we have an institution that was set up when the state was set up, namely the land board and the endowment lands, and we have a large sum of money sitting in there to educate, or to be for the state legislators and the executive committee to use to educate our children. The money sits there, and some people may not like what they do with the money. Some people love what they do with the money, but the bottom line is they need to spend that money on educating our children. I don't see why we have to have, as a state, $6.2 billion in the land board that the state of Idaho could use to educate the children and not have to worry about going to the individual property tax holders or payers and increase their taxes. We've got the funds.
Well, there's certainly a lot of controversy over the land board these days, and it seems to be there was quite a bit done this last legislative session in terms of conversation. So if people want to get hold of you, how do you have a website where they can find out more about Chad Inman?
Yeah, they can go to my website. It's Idaho Inman, INMAN.com.
And you have the ability, if they get on that, to also contact you through email?
Yes, they do.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being on the program.
Thank you.
For FY Idaho, I am Elizabeth Allen Hodge.